Hello everyone and welcome to the 7th custom game here at Mini LCS on the YouTube channel. Quick update from what happened in the last game is that we do see MVP was lodged. The teams, or it seemed as though Team 2 might have made a comeback. They were at 2 and 3, but then Team 1 in the last game was kind of a close game, but then towards the end it kind of just ended up being a team fight stomp, and thusly MVP Lodge was on Cat Arena and pretty much won the team fight just because his team CC'd them and he was on Cat and he just had the damage, so boom, everyone died and he kind of carried in that sense. I can't quite remember his score, but I do remember the kind of way it played out like that. And I'm going to go into champion select here, and we can just have a quick look at the players on the teams. We still have more recurring faces and some more new faces. We have, although some more new than others, we have on the blue team Lodge, Agent Cuddles, Sir Nazam, DK Tom, and Angelic Buster. DK Tom and Angelic Buster have not played yet in the customs. They have only played in the tournament. Angelic Buster playing in the first two. I believe she was the support for Team Duo Mid. I think they came 6th or something in the first tournament, and DK Tom being the top laner for Ryderin, who came bottom of their group in Group A, but he was a very promising player, and I'm very excited to see what he can do here. He's on Tryndamere, funnily enough. And then we have a look at the purple team. We have Lord Kadriendel, TK Wall, Mogjon, CX Solaris, and Predator. 2 players here in this team have played before, Lord Kadriendel and TK Wall. I believe that is Urgot Mid. And then 3 new players, one of which has played before, and 2 are completely new to the whole Mini LCS thing, shindig, if you will. Mogjon and Predator are new to it. We haven't had them ever before, I believe. And then CX Solaris was the substitute jungler for Ryder in the Winter 2014 split. We can see he's playing Thresh here, so he's not quite shown the jungle roots he had in the tournament. We have a quick look at the teams right now. We have, well, we'll look at bans first actually. Darius, Vi, and Zed. I'm not too sure for the Darius ban. Maybe it was because he knew he was going to go top and going to pick Jarvan, and he wanted to put himself in a lane where he wasn't going to get dunked on. But I think the Darius ban would have been more target if Agent Cuddles was on the other team, because we did see him bring that out quite a bit. The Vi is, I'm not sure if that's a TK Wall ban specifically. I've not done research and I've not seen TK Wall play very much. All I remember is his Udyr being really good in the, I believe it was actually the first game. And then the Zed, I don't know. Maybe it's a target ban at Predator, because I've never seen Predator. I know that Lord Kadriendel, who is mid in this game, hasn't played Zed a massive deal, but I'm not too sure. As for the Team 2 bans, they are a little bit easier for me to kind of talk about. The LeBlanc is definitely a Lodge target ban. Lee Sin, I believe, might be DK Tom top, because he does play kind of the top. He plays off the wall top laners, or at least in my opinion. I mean, I know that, for example, one top laner he plays is the Wukong top, which we saw him bring out in the Winter 2014 split, and I know it's somewhat popular now, but at the time it was very off the wall. No one really liked it, and it was really strong because Wukong is not a particularly bad laner past level 4, and he's a very aggressive laner after he gets all of his abilities, because he has quite good damage, and then he builds a his first item as a damage item, and kind of scales off of that and just kind of blows people up, especially when he's facing tankier people in the top lane who have less damage than him, who may not at the early stages in the game be able to handle his damage, which can just allow him to snowball. And it's kind of likewise with Tryndamere, although he doesn't kind of translate into a late game carry in the same way. He becomes a late game carry with split pushing and with being able to 1v1 someone very effectively, whereas Wukong is, I can E in and Cyclone and then we can just win. So, and you can see he didn't even take the TP. He's gone Flash Ignite. He wants to decimate whoever is top, Cho'Gath or the Urgot, and then proceed to rip the turrets and win the game off of that. And then we just have the supportive kind of teamfight comp coming. Oh, who is mid actually? I think it must be Lodge mid on Jarvan. Okay, I haven't seen a Jarvan mid in a long time. But that's actually really cool because this is a really weird game now. I've just noticed we could have Urgot mid, we could have Cho'Gath mid, we could have Jarvan top. I mean, we could have Jarvan mid, we could have Trind mid. It's really difficult to tell. All that I can say at this moment is TP is clearly not popular. GG. But yeah, so looking at Jarvan and Tryndamere, I have to say I think Tryndamere will be top, and I think that Jarvan will be mid. And for the enemy team, I think Cho'Gath will be top, and I think that Urgot will be mid, which will actually work out in blue team's favor, or at least in my opinion, because I feel that Urgot would be able to do more against Tryndamere than Cho'Gath will, because Cho'Gath is melee, and as a result, Cho'Gath will struggle to try and trade with him. Whereas the Urgot could just auto attack him from range and make him low enough to the point where he might not want to be able to do that level 2 all in that Tryndamere is so kind of famed for, to try and just win his lane in level 2 because he can. We have more skins than we usually have here. We have a Fnatic, Jarvan, is that called Sultan Tryndamere? I think it is. I'm not too sure. And yeah, it is Sultan Tryndamere and Bittersweet Lulu with Guardian of the Suns, not Guardians. Kha'Zix, Hired Gun Lucian, and Blood Moon Thresh. I can't really say much about the top and mid lane matchups because they're very weird. What I assume will be the top lane matchup of Tryndamere versus Cho'Gath will probably go in favor of DK Tom, even though both have Ignite. I'm not sure why Cho'Gath has Ignite unless he's going mid. But then, why would Urgot have Barrier? This is very off the wall. I'm not sure. You could argue that the enemy team have a very good mid game. I call them the enemy team. The purple team have a very good mid game, and I wouldn't be surprised if they could group and win just flat off their mid game. Because Urgot is really strong mid game. Kha'Zix, if he gets ahead, can be really monstrous in the mid game. Cho'Gath has the ability to be really tanky and really high damage in the mid game. Lucian is just pretty good at all points in the game, really. I mean, there's no real point where Lucian doesn't deal damage unless he's behind. And this dude is the high AV. Oh, you can't. I did actually intentionally remove people's what is it called? They're like their barriers with the overlay, so that people just be like, oh, but you can see that Kha'Zix has, I believe that is either tier 4 or tier 5 mastery on Kha'Zix, and that the Lucian is actually diamond. You can see the little things coming through on his side. But all that said, I think the team fight of Team 2 is probably going to, if they can take advantage of their strong kind of area of the game, their power spikes, then everything will be well and good and they will probably just steamroll to the win. No one note that that said 4 until just then, and we will just get straight in. I also don't know if I checked in. Oh, I didn't change that. Okay, my bad. Let me just go and do that now. It's good that I'm doing all this now, because if I didn't do this all now, then I would probably like do it poorly when we end up doing the streams and stuff. I want to make sure that I can get all of this done and make sure it's pristine for when we do start doing the proper streaming and the proper kind of everything. Oh, that's a nice emote. I'm not sure if it's tier 5 or tier 4. I do think it is tier 5, but we will see. I guess we won't actually see. I guess everyone will just have to tell me. Yeah, I think that is 5. It looks kind of too flashy to not be. Total useful ward there coming out from CX Solaris. I do believe it was CX Solaris. I might be wrong though. Oh, there's no way for me to tell. Yeah, that's uneventful. Likewise with, yeah, okay, yeah, I think, yeah, I was right. Urgot mid versus the Jarvan mid. Trynd top versus the Cho'Gath top. So, yeah, top lane, Tryndamere versus Cho'Gath should go in the favor of Tryndamere, especially if he can get his level 2 all in that he will really want to get. He's got Ignite, he can just stack, let's see what he started with actually. He started with his E, so he started E, he's gonna get W, he's gonna go in level 2 and try and just shut down Cho'Gath ASAP and make sure that he can get a level advantage and a good CS advantage really quickly. To try and, shut him out as hard as possible. And for Cho'Gath, he's going to want to play this conservatively until level 6 when he gets his feast, and then he's going to want to try and just get beefy. He doesn't want to fight Tryndamere. Don't watch that Nezam super low just from Gromp. I guess it was the no leash life, so if he dies to this blue buff, I will not be surprised. And I need to just change that real quick. There we go. As for the mid lane matchup, Urgot versus Jarvan should also technically go in the favor of Jarvan. Jarvan has a really strong early game, and this is why people play him top lane. Or most people don't really, but you do see, like, for example, the top laner of Dignitas. What is his name? The new ADC is called JJ, and I want to say Avalon, but I have a feeling that Avalon is the top laner of the other of Winterfox. Gamsu, there we go. He plays Jarvan top, and it's because it's so strong in the early game, and that you see how much damage he's just going to drop down onto Catriendel here. He's got the Ignite. He could probably get First Blood here. Barrier gets burnt. Yep, that is it. First Blood. There we go. That is why Jarvan top is a thing, and even though it is in the mid lane right now, it's going to translate exactly the same. He's going to go for a full damage build, and he's going to blow up this Urgot time and time again. DK Tom getting jumped up on here, does get killed off by the Kazakhs. That level 5 mastery, boy, is too strong. That equals it up really quickly, though. It's 5k to 5k, because there's a CS deficit right now in the bot lane. Agent Cuddles is behind Predator, which is not surprising, considering Predator is like Diamond 3, and Agent Cuddles is like Silver 4 or something. Although I know in the PSA I kind of made a point harping on how I don't think Elo is important, but, you know, I'm just a hypocrite, guys. We haven't actually seen Agent Cuddles play ADC yet. All we've seen him do is top lane, so this probably is actually uncomfortable for him too, considering he isn't getting to play top because we have DK Tom in the top lane instead. Maybe he is just a proficient ADC that we don't really know about, and we also have to take into account, I haven't talked about yet, the lane and how that should play. Ooh, Death Sentence there. Really nice. Flayed the wrong way by CX Solaris, though, and he did get taken quite low with the Glitter Lance and a couple autos from the Vayne. I can't tell if that was a good trade or not. It was a really nice hook, but once he committed, then that's when there was problems. You could see Jarvan just kind of being like, "Go away, Urgot, I'll pound on you." And Mogshawn is taking complete advantage of the Tryndamere here. I'm surprised and also slightly disappointed. I expected a crazy showing here from DK Tom, but maybe the tank meta is just a nice thing. Flash E here from Nezam, something I haven't talked about is his Gragas jungle that we did see in the last game go crazy on. I think it went 6-0 or something. He did land that. Oh, not even talking about the fact TK Wall is here on that Kazakh's going to pick up a double kill here. Is it going to be a triple? I'm not too sure. Nah, he's going to get... He baited the exhaust, which was definitely worth it for him, but then he decided, nah, I'm not going to dive this. Why dive just for a triple kill? Especially when Predator can just go and almost pick that kill up for himself anyway. And now Lulu has to walk away and just get out of there, really. Quickly, this game, it's only been like 5 minutes near 6, and we can already see a team that is pushing their way ahead. This is definitely, for their team comp, it's definitely kind of what they want, because with this 3-kill lead, a 2k gold advantage nearly, their mid-game is going to be crazy. And that, what I said in the loading screen, if Kazakhs gets ahead in the mid-game, he's going to be a terror. He's 3-0 currently. That means only bad things for the blue team. Jarvan is sitting here 20 CS up on Kadrienda on a kill, so he's primely positioned to try and combat this, but his team are a little bit too far behind right now. The Tryndamere is not 6 yet, he's only 4 to the enemy laner of his, which is 6, and the rest of his team are pretty late game, so I'm not sure. ZTK is fairly confident that he can take Lodge right here. Almost picks him up. Will the red buff finish him? I don't think it will. That was really... I'm not sure if I want to say that was really poorly played by Lodge to be in that position and let him take that fight, or if it was really well played by TK Wall to know that he could just take on this Jarvan, even though the Jarvan is so much strong. Oh, it's not stronger than him currently. He's just got like a CS advantage, and we can see he's looking to build the Hydra, so he's going for that full damage. Just quickly look at everyone's builds, really. There's massive CS leads in both the AD carry position and the mid position here. Jarvan is 20, or 15 now, CS up on the Urgot. But there is a near 20, yeah, just over 20 CS deficit in the bot lane as well. Not including the Targon stacks. CX Solaris is a bit out of position here, but Agent Cuddles is even more so. Gets death. He got death sentenced, but then ended up being condemned further away, even though he was really close anyway, so I'm not too sure how that really played out for anyone, but we can see that Agent Cuddles had to burn the heal and try and get away. Predator is going to pick that kill up. Burns' heal was a little bit unnecessary, but he does get to kill the Vayne, and that, again, is working into Purple Team's favour. Hyperkinetic position reverser there from Kadrienda, but still going to just get dunked on. Lodge taking a bit too many turret shots here, and we do see TK is around to potentially get the kill. Will he, though? Lodge is sticking around. He's being a little bit too confident. Once this wave thins out, TK will probably be able to have him. Not too... There we go. The jump in, put his sneakers on, and... Ooh, he knew. That was mind games. That was crazy mind games there. TK was like, I can get this, and then he drops the flag, and he's like, wait, if he flag and drags me, I'm under turret, I'm done. Okay, never mind, I'm not going for this, I'm not going. Doesn't want to get shut down. Jarvan's already pretty strong right now, so it would be a poor decision to let him get shut down gold too. Considering how far ahead he is of the enemy laner already. And one thing I think we also have to talk about here for Kadrienda is the fact that he went for the tier. Going for tier is not a bad choice on Urgot, but when you spent more time in base than you have in lane, it is a kind of redundant purchase. Or at least in my opinion. That sentence connected though, oh my god. He flays in the wrong direction again though, which doesn't work out in his favour. That could have probably been a kill. That was a really good death sentence, but the flay kind of didn't really work out, and as a result it was not a kill. They are taking good advantage here though of the fact that they know their lane is stronger. Lulu is a purely supportive support really. She doesn't have the tools to engage unless her team are ahead. She really needs to keep hold of those. Death sentence misses there. The condemn there from Agent Cuddles did, I would say, spare him. I guess you could have argued he had enough health that he could have probably just walked out of that, but I think that they would have probably committed and would have probably killed him. But he was one step ahead, condemned it, and left it. DK Tom is getting stomped in this lane right now. He's near 25 CS down. Oh, flag and drag here by Lodge. Didn't land it though. I'm not sure if he has the Cataclysm up. Yeah, he does. If he landed that, that would have probably been a kill, because he would have just gone on to him and burn all the damage he could. How much AD is Jarvan saying on right now? He's saying on 143. Do you see Nezam down here in the bot lane? Not too sure if he's going to want to do anything. Ooh, he's going to get sandwiched here. He's going to get sandwiched. This is bad. He gets the E body slam away. The death sentence doesn't land, but it does land on a Lulu who has the wild growth to keep herself alive here. Predator, in the meanwhile, off screen, did solo kill Vayne. And Angelic Buster does get away just about. Nezam flashes out here. Will we get away? Oh, nah, TK was going to pick that up. 4-0 on the Kazakhs. Gonna burn his second ult, misses the Void Spike. CX Solaris taking a few unnecessary turret shots here, but it is going to allow Predator to get onto a killing spree here. That was a really well played dive, although it was a little bit risky. And if anyone was around, if there was a TP on the team, they would have probably ended up all die, or apart from Predator, would have probably ended up being like a double kill for the dude who TP'd down. But you know, clearly informed here, they knew there's no TPs. We can do this. No one's coming. Vayne is dead. We're fine. I mean, Joven, I don't know where he was. I didn't actually see him on the map at the time, but he was nowhere to be seen, so maybe they knew that already. Agent Cuddles could have... That was really risky there. He's being way too aggressive considering that he's the weaker ADC in this current time. When I say in this current time, I mean in the current time frame. I don't mean like as of patch 5.8. Like, it's just at 10 minutes, Lucian is going to outdamage you. Especially when he's 3-0, has a BF sword, you're 0-3, and you have a Vamp Scepter. I was about to call it a Void Staff. My bad. And you just look at the CS at 10 minutes. Like, Predator has got on point CS right now. He is 100 to 51. 106, actually. Only person anywhere near him right now is Mogshon on the 92 with his Cho'Gath. There we go. Sorry, forgot. Don't know why I forgot his name. Ooh, Ping's coming out here. Gank in the mid lane. Lodge is probably going to get away from this pretty easy. Flag and drag away. He's going to lose his pink ward as a result, but that's definitely worth his life. Ooh, engage here. Nezam here does get the casket, or the cask even, onto him. Barrier plus shield will keep him alive. Cadriendo's getting cocky, gonna get dunked on. Hyperkinegrivas gets landed there, but Lodge does pick that up. 2-1 now. And TK Wall might be in a bit of a sour spot here. Needs to keep in mind that he is super squishy, even though he does have Kindle Gem, which is like health, but the 115 probably now AD from the Jarvan is just gonna shred through him because he doesn't have much armor. He's got all this damage because he's 4-0 and he's got levels, but when it's just health, Lodge can rip through him. Especially when Nezam is there to try and help, and that was a very good gank from him. Cadriendo just kind of ended up securing it though. Ended up being like, yeah, we can fight this, don't worry, you're 4-0, and then it not working. Have a quick look at the gold here. It's 2-9. All 100% of the kills are on Lodge right now in the blue side. 5k gold down currently. Culling comes out here. Angelic Buster and Agent Cuddles try to equally take it out here. Wild Growth does save Angelic Buster with the help of a Condemn. But Predator is gonna go under this turret. Gonna get shut down. But not the Condemn, the Death Sentence there from CX Solaris does allow Predator to mop up the Vayne. 0-4 currently on the Vayne, and I'm not too sure if this is just because the bot lane of Team 2 has been like that, kind of head and shoulders above in terms of they've traded better. They had the natural champion advantage of having Lucian versus Vayne, where the early game is definitely going to go in Lucian's favor, plus Thresh being an engage kind of support where if he can land the death sentences that he has landed, even if he has prior, like, you know, afterwards gone in and flopped the flay, it's definitely working in their favor. With only one repercussion kill for Lulu getting that shutdown. Easy first dragon of the game there, going over to the red side. And I wouldn't say that's too big right now. It's just the start of a kind of chain. They could proceed to dominate the dragons now. They have a little bit of a damage buff, but I mean, like, pound for pound, it's not going to change much. Or at least in my opinion, I don't think it's going to make... We already know that Kha'Zix is going to have a devastating amount of damage. We already know that in the mid game, even though Urgot is 1 and 2, he's going to pump out a lot of damage. And we already know that Cho'Gath has a lot of true damage, and he's going to be able to... Ooh, Cask does not land there. TK Wall does get spotted though, and Culling comes out from Predator. Cuddles gets taken really low from non-isolated damage. Shut down there, going on to Nezam. Angelic Burst is taking a lot of damage, but she burns the exhaust, and this could be a kill. Agent Cuddles goes in with the ulti, does get picked off by Predator, but Nezam is going to get that, and that is 2 kills on the board for the Gragas. He's sitting on his Juggernaut Juggernaut, the Cinderhawk, there we go, right now, and looks to be building a Righteous Glory. Not too sure if that's a great decision right now, but if I was him, I would have just gone for flat armor. I would have gone for Frozen Heart because CDR is great on Gragas. And then past CDR being great on Gragas, it's also the armor. I mean, who's fed on their team right now? The Kazakhs, the Lucian, they are going to rip through the enemy team. You've got an Infinity Edge and a Youmuu's, so he's going to be, well, it's going to be a Youmuu's because Brutalizer doesn't build into anything else. So you've got Armor Pen, plus you're going to have the crazy crit that comes out from IE and Youmuu's combo, with the obviously the bonus attack speed that comes with the active from Youmuu's and stuff in team fights. So I would have gone Frozen Heart, but Righteous Glory is definitely going to be good for attempt at aggressive plays if they want to go for them. That was a bit wonky, but alright. Can try that one. Rupture there. Lodge takes it to the face. Oh, well, Cadriendo's got quite a bit of damage here going on to DK Tom. Isn't going to be able to follow it up though. If he go, oh, the cast comes out there from Nezam, but it's not going to land anyone specifically. Great. Jelly Blaster here to try and back the beef. But as a result, Vayne is taking quite a bit of damage down in the bot lane, and the dominance is going to be just recaptured essentially for Lucian even harder. He's still sitting on roughly 50, nearly 60 CS lead. Actually, it is 60 now. And you can just see Team 2 are just kind of like, well, we're just going to come together now. This is literally what we wanted. We wanted a mid-game kind of effort to just join together, and we can win team fights. 5v5, 4v5, we can do it because we are a team that is based around the mid game, and we have that death sentence there, lands onto Nezam, gets taken half of his health, but you are not going to just take the fat man down like that. Especially when he has two turrets there to keep him safe. They're just trying to take this, they've got the vision game going on down here, death sentence onto Angelic Buster. Another failed flay, but the box does land on, I believe it did deal damage to Agent Cuddles, because he looks particularly low for some reason. I don't remember anyone really landing any hits here. This is a very smart, it was a very smart choice from Team 2 to try and play this vision game in the kind of brush around here in between the turrets, because they can't really dive the Jarvan, because if he's there, and obviously with Nezam being on the Gragas, who's like a lord of disengage, diving could end up a very poor choice. Also with the Lulu. The Lulu would be able to help with the dive. It wouldn't be able to fully do what they want to do because there's that much disruption on Team 1's side. But they just played it in that bush instead, so they don't have to take turret aggro, but they could still get a pick. And as long as no one can see them, there's a high chance they're going to get that pick. I mean, it didn't really work out because their pick that they tried to get was the almighty Fat Man Gragas, who is currently 2-2 and 1, but that only half healthed him. They couldn't fully commit because they'd have had to go under the turret to get to that kind of commitment. And I'm pretty sure if they were a little bit better kind of positioned, they probably would have been able to, but unfortunately they weren't. Oh, death sentence there by CX Solaris, and this is where they want to go for that dive, and this is what I was talking about. As soon as they go for that dive, they were just like, lol, no, okay, cool. Death Sentence goes wide there, DK Tom picks up Predator, and that was all as a result of that dive. They decided, yes, we're going to go for this. They went under. Wild Growth came out. Oh, DK Tom is a bit overzealous here. Does burn the flash out Cadriendo, and Lodge comes in. This is going to be a kill for CX Solaris. Oh, Agent Cuddles is a bit in a sour position here. Does burn the Condemn, knowing that the jump is down, but think he's still going to go down. Flash burn, heal burn. He is going to keep walking away. Bork is burnt, jumps back up, and that is a free kill. 5 and 1 on that Kazakhs now, who looks to be going for the Black Cleaver. I haven't quite... Ooh, Hyperkinetic Resistant Reverser there from Cadriendel, and Lodge is in a bad place right now. He's going to keep taking Qs, and he's just going to stand there. He knows it's over. TK Wall on the other side of the map here is also in a bad position. Nezam and Angelic Burst are taking him pretty low. Looks like he is going to go down here. Nezam is on a killing spree with the dragon up in 10 seconds. There has been so much action in this game. It's literally only been about 20 minutes and there's been 21 kills, like so many little fights and so many big fights really, and so much to talk about. It's been quite difficult. Look, it looks as though Team 2 are set to try and take control of this dragon, but we do see Nezam and Angelic Buster here looking to try and prevent that. I don't really think they can here. DK Tom got smashed! Holy Christ! He was like, yeah, I can face this 5-3 Lucian, even though my ulti's not up. And as a result, it just did not really work out. That is all of the outer turrets here for blue team down. Team 1 are probably like, because now they have to invest in the vision to try and get what they already naturally had, and they're going to lose this second dragon most likely. Predator is going to get taken real low here by Lodge. Does get the kite out and ends up picking it up. 7-3 now. Cho'Gath picks that up with the feast. Nezam goes in. Bad choice though. 4v1 gives away a shutdown to that Kazakh. So he's now 6-2. We do have to. Oh yeah, I haven't actually spoken about that. I mean, I did talk about in the pre-game screen, like the loading screen, that Trundamir is probably going to look to take solo lane advantages. He's gonna. You can look in the top lane right now. Ooh, that death sentence though. Another bad flay, but the death sentences are really there. That death sentence did end up picking up 2 kills alongside the box. Now 3 kills because hyperkinetic position reverser and ooh, Undying Rage. Okay, never mind. He may get out here. No, he doesn't. Mogshawn picks that up. Nezam decides to try and re-engage here. Him and Lodge are the only people left on his team right now. Don't see how that didn't hit Nezam, but okay. 8-19 here. 6k gold in the lead of for the purple team. We have a look at individual gold here. Oh, no, that death sentence missed. Nezam is trying to look to do something here. They just want to try and keep this turret, really. It is 4v2 right now. We do have Lulu and Vayne coming up the back, but I don't think they're going to be able to get anything from this. Nezam throws the barrel there for vision. 3 sitting in this bush. If they can just find them, put a ward there, that may be the pick they want here. Kha'Zix is coming around the back while we see... Oh, the death sentence there from CX Alaris throws out the Dark Passage and sees if he can pick something up here. Rupture almost saves him, but Cuddles with the range picks him up. And it's another DK Tom versus Predator here. And DK Tom gets taken down, cast down onto TK Wall, who's pretty low. But Nezam is 2v1 here. His team is coming around the back, but he was on his own there. And does Kha'Zix look like he's going to get away here? Cuddles on that. The Invis almost... Nah, and that is 3 kills there for no real reason. That was just a bit of a misplay from the red team. They decided to stick around a bit too long. They may get a inhibitor turret here as a response, but they didn't all need to die there. Have Lodge here coming around, maybe gonna pick up Predator here. He remembers the mid lane fight there. He knew that he's just gonna get kited again. He doesn't want to die again. This is not worth it for him. I'm just going to kill the minions because minions can't kite me. If he knows that he's sitting in that bush, though, he could... Nah, he doesn't know he's sitting in the bush. Just going to keep pushing that top lane. Oh, damn. If we have a quick look at the scores here, we see there is 3-3 on the Gragas, 3-3 on the Jarvan, and everyone else on the blue side right now is severely underperforming. They're kind of having a struggle. I wouldn't say Lulu's underperforming, but she isn't overperforming either, and in a bad lane where they got kind of dumpstered, it's quite difficult. Aiden Cuddles gets taken super low there by TK Wall. This is going to be a kill. There's nothing he can really do. He does try to make a juke here. Angelic Buster is there to keep him alive. Okay, my bad. I was saying he was going to get... Oh, never mind. He does. And this is going to be a double kill here for the Kazakhs. 8-3. Getting the MJ resets. And... Okay, that I was kind of that was a bit kind of good and bad on the side of Vayne there. Like, he showed that he was like, okay, I can juke this, I can do this, yeah. But then completely underestimated Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix was able to just kill him anyway. One, probably going to be 2. No, actually there isn't. Okay. I'm surprised that Jarvan hasn't decided to opt on a Black Cleaver here. I would have thought that the 20% CDR would have definitely come in handy. Plus, the armor shred would work definitely for his Vayne. His Vayne would, like, exponentially grow from that. Ooh, fight here, 2v1. Shutdown does go over to DK Tom, but he almost died for it. Had to burn the Undying Rage. Shutdown though, at the end of the day, definitely worth it. 3 and 5 now on Tryndamere, sitting on, I think, yeah, he's sitting on about 1.3k here. Death sentence there, goes in 3v1, bad choice here. Agent Cuddles is going to come and get some nice damage onto him. Void Spikes come out, Death sentence misses. Damn. Oh, CX Laris wanted to try and make the same thing that happened again, like earlier. Oh, Agent Cuddles caught out there, gets mashed by the Kazakhs and the Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath is 4 and 1. I haven't really talked about him very much in this game. Ooh, that was an interesting cast there. Did hit 3 mid-flight. Kazakhs got blown up, but again, nothing really came of that. He just kind of saved his turret, really, didn't he? But yeah, as I was saying, I haven't talked about this Cho'Gath because Cho'Gath is quite a resident sleeper champion, really. He doesn't have massive outplay potential. He doesn't have massive his plays aren't flashy. His plays are more strategic. No, I'm not talking about Mok'Jeon specifically, I'm talking about Cho'Gath specifically. The Rupture is not a interesting skill shot to land. Once you see it, unless you have flash or a great gap closer or oh, here we go, Hyperconnect position reverser there onto Lodge, and he is going to get picked off. Cullen there off of the death sentence. CX Alaris gets taken low, but his team are there to mop up. Nezam and Agent Cuddles are in a bad place here. DK Tom is all alone, gets picked up, triple kill there for Predator, and that is going to probably be that mid turret there, potentially taking an inhibitor turret too. Everyone is down for roughly 20 more seconds apart from the Lulu. So they are probably, yeah, Mok'Jeon's just going to go like, yep, I'm going to pick this up, easy peasy, tank it until minions come. He did take a lot of damage from that turret. I kind of underestimated what the turret would do. Will they stick for this inhib? Lulu is the only one up so far, and we do know Predator's got crazy amounts of damage, so yep, they do. They're not going to make the rotation towards the top side for the second inhib, though. They are going to make pings for this dragon. Potentially third dragon of the game for them, and third dragon of the game overall, really. Lodge is a bit overzealous there, but he knows what he's doing and picks up CX Solaris there. Righteous Glory burnt here. Cask there does put Predator out of position. Angelic Buster is his target, but he's gonna... Ooh! Nice E away there. Burns the Yomus and his heal. Tries to get away here. Ooh! Okay, there we see Agent Cuddles got a bit he was like, I can get this, but then ended up getting kited and getting killed anyway, and now we have a 12 and 4, almost over 100 CS over Lucian here. The rest of Team 2 are now here to back the beef, and we have Kazakhs and Urgot kind of sitting around here. Urgot is going to start falling off, if you ask me, soon, because he's not ahead of anyone on the enemy team in terms of the carries. The Jarvan, I guess Nezan caught out here, does get the belly flop, and Flash is still going to die to TK Wall here, though. Think he flopped that jump, though. I'm not too sure if he did, though. And they're just going to try and siege down this top inhib now. Culling here. The Cullen's doing crazy amounts of damage just because of how fed the Lucian is. This game is probably over just because how big Lucian is now. He's the one dude that they wanted to get big. Him and Kazakhs for the late game, because Urgot falls off in the late game, Cho'Gath falls off in the late game, apart from becoming a meat shield, but and Thresh is the same as he always is. Yeah, that is going to be the game. That is a near 10k deficit in gold, and the Nexus turrets are going to go down. Oh. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that is going to be it. Although, for some reason, they're just kind of mocking it. I don't really understand why. Oh, Nezam does go in there. They get a crit onto TK Wall, and he gets taken pretty low. But Nezam's going to get shredded by Urgot here. CX Solaris picks that up just for the BM. Hyperkinetic Vision Reverser there onto DK Tom. And the Condemned does come out onto Kadriendel here, who looks like he's going to go down. His barrier wasn't going to save him there. But look at yeah, TK was like, okay, I've had enough. I don't actually want them to make a comeback. Let's just finish this. And that is the game. Right, well, thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you all when we have the next custom. Thanks, bye.